Most of them are older sets.
The
I mean, they're
There's
not.
there's different variations, of the trans-clear
Oh,
head. There's recessed,
yeah.
blocked
that must.
opening, recessed opening. So look at the alternates. And
Okay.
I think they'll work the same.
Yeah, they should. But that's why when I did it, we should be recording.
I hit record.
Oh, okay. That's
But
why when I did it, I couldn't understand why they weren't listed for all the modulars, and I had to go look at my modulars to see if if they were using like trans yellow or something different, because all the modulars weren't listed whenever I pulled up the sets that it was in. Because I was going to
yeah,
pull a Jabo and just run down to Walmart, try to find 3 sets to get. I was hoping it was in a poly bag or some small
Mhm.
set.
right. Yeah.
So, but no luck. The only
Well,
poly bag, it was in an older one.
let me do the intro and we can just get started. Welcome to the AFoOL podcast. This is episode 38, last one before BrickTsar, Alabama. And tonight, it is. And tonight we are going to, let's see, why you should always borrow money from a pessimist. They don't expect it back.
What's up, guys? Mardigrasman23 here, and I am once again on the AFoOL podcast with my good friend Joey over there. That's why I don't point. AKA BrickTrains. This is his channel, and our good fellow, we feel honored to have him every week, Jabo, aka BrickTsar.
I'm the one that should be honored.
No, I don't
Feel
think
honored,
so.
not be honored.
So yes, when is this one coming out? It is coming out on I have no idea. It's coming out sometime right before
It's the January.
Yeah.
Yes, so this is
January 7th.
yes, it'll be the day. So I asked my wife. I said, "How do you feel about taking a ride to Alabama to go to a Lego thing?" And she says, "I don't know. What do you?" I said, "Well, it's 6 hours away. And that's based on the mileage that Joey gave me." I said, "You can get off work. When you get off work, we'll just take a ride and spend the night. Get up the next morning, go to the Lego convention, and then we'll drive home Saturday." And she was kind of
Saturday or
like,
Sunday?
"It would be Saturday. We
So-
probably."
Okay.
Joey, are we still getting a free ticket each? They used to in the past give us a free ticket to go out and they would just say go out there and randomly give it to somebody.
Right. I have not heard any different or any confirmation on it. So
I don't. It's not a guarantee, but it's become a possibility.
Okay.
It has a lot to do with work too. I have to make sure I can get off work because the weekend before, like I told you, I'll be off. My plan originally was to just take a vacation because I have a lot of vacation, and but somebody else asked to go on vacation.
Oh.
They text me like Friday, and they said that they had a cheap cruise, and if nobody was going on vacation, like, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll just go ahead. No big deal.
Yeah. I kind of have the same problem at work where I have, there's 4 of us, then we do the rotating shift. And yeah, we try to help each other out as much as we can.
Yeah.
But right now, all 3 of the other guys that work and gals that I work with are either out on COVID, sick, or back surgery. I am the only one. I have been working, I know, but I've been working like 12-hour days.
Wow.
I've been at work since 3 o'clock this morning. Just got off a few hours ago. Go back in at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. So if I'm a little distracted or if I fall asleep, just
Yeah, that's one of our. we have 5. There's 5 of us on our manager schedule plus our store manager, and I write the schedule. And the fear is like, I'm off tomorrow. I don't want to get that phone call. There's 2 of us that pretty much work all the days, and then 3 of them that rotate middles and nights. And it's like the fear is that the other one is going to be like,
yeah.
Can you cover for me tomorrow? Sure, I didn't have anything planned.
I guess it's like I'm on call, and it's when I'm not on call this week, but I still feel like I should be checking my phone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I if I leave the plant site, I'm done. We have this running joke at work that if I'm speaking of phone. Hey, we may have just got
I was
internet
about to
back.
say, did you get your phone back?
Maybe. I don't even know where my phone went. I heard it ring. There it is. No, that was just the Wi-Fi signal. Yeah, that if they try to call me in or whatever, I'm out of town. There's a little restaurant called Hog and Sauce just out of town. So we're always eating there. It's like, I'm out of town. Sorry, can't come in. So what's this shirt here? What'd you create, Jabbo?
Oh, this is one that Kill Jones gave me. I created a UCS tipper, and all I got was this T-shirt. So I was saving it for one of the last videos.
Are you going to wear that at Brick Fair?
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking I'm going to wear for the public days. I think I'll wear a Tipper Truck Army shirt one day, and then this one day.
We got several of these that we'll probably be wearing.
I would like to get the polo BrickTrains shirt. You don't have that on the store. Is that something you got somewhere else?
Yes, so that is actually embroidered, and there's a little sports. One of the so all the kids get the Letterman jackets and stuff in this little store. That's kind of what they do, and they'll do custom polos. So we went in there a couple years ago, and you should have told me that you were interested in one of those, because it actually takes them about 2 or 3 weeks to do that. I don't know if I could get them to do it in that amount of time.
It's okay.
But I mean,
I didn't realize it was that special order type thing.
Yeah, and those are nice.
They look nice.
They're embroidered. So do we want to do the vault?
Yeah.
So I picked the vault this time, and I picked set 107.
Pressure's on me. That means I got the next one.
And 107, the reason I picked it is because it is a Samsonite set.
Oh, because it's made in Canada.
It's made in Canada in the time frame, and I'll never get that on there, but that is the Canadian Samsonite set. And also it has a goof. That guy right there in black does not exist.
Oh, so
that torso does not exist.
The instructions are wrong.
The instructions are wrong.
Oh, it's a black worker shirt. So it's a blue shirt he has?
Yes. Yeah. Let me get the guy. There's the guy.
Yeah.
And when I look at I don't know if that's ever going to focus off my face, but
107 dash what? On Brick said I know it's not 107-1.
No, it's -2. On Bricklink, it's -2 on both BrickTsar and Bricklink.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then
I'm on it.
Here is the truck.
I'm on it.
Absolutely nothing special about it other than the printed brick. This is a printed brick. And here's the crazy
instructions.
And the instructions. Well, the box, right?
In the box.
I mean, the box. Okay.
So they say printed by or made by Samsonite.
They do say, I don't know what the box. I don't have the box. I wish I had the box. Canadian registered, Samsonite, Stanford, Ontario. It doesn't. Yeah, it does. Samsonite, Stanford, Ontario. It doesn't actually say. Yeah, it does. Samsonite right there. So, but it's very. It's just in the very fine print. There's no Samsonite. Big.
And there are 2 sets with those printed bricks in them. You got the other one. Okay.
So this one's sealed.
Oh
no, it isn't. No, it isn't. Sorry.
You scared me.
It did me too. Is it sealed? No, it's not. It's open.
So according to BrickTsar, it was a promotional release.
Right, for the
post office. Looks like somebody put a stamp on it. Is that the way they did it? Because it's exclusive, but they use like a postmark.
Like a postmark post stamp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So again,
both of these sets can be pieced together, except for the printed brick. Well, if you can find them.
Yeah. So you got it pulled up, Earl. Did you notice this? Are you on BrickTsar or Bricklink?
I'm on BrickTsar.
Well, I'm going to go to Bricklink. Well, first off, there's 3 for sale on Bricklink. the cheapest is $199.
Does it even have all the parts?
It just says slight scuffing, some discolored, 2 printed Canadian. It has the 2 printed Canadian bricks.
Yeah.
So it's just listed as used. There is a sealed one in the Netherlands for $1,400. And if you go to eBay and look up 107, there's one in Japan for $1,200. And is it sealed? Mint original. Yeah, it says mint in sealed box, but if you look at the picture, it looks like it might have been. It is open in the picture, so it's not sealed, but they still want $1,200 for it. It's sealed like this one is. Somebody closed the box. It's not sealed. Not sealed.
Yeah.
I never realized how I did not pay that much for this. I may have paid a couple hundred for it, but I didn't, just because I have to be that Samsonite guy. But yeah, that's it. So
it's from 1984.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not getting the good details. 1985.
85.
Yeah. Promotional set released with the Canadian Post Office. I don't know if they were just selling them in the post office or if they sold them in
they
stores.
Could have been.
It's
I can't imagine anything being free in the post office.
No.
Except for priority mailboxes.
Right.
I'm really.
And that's our post office in the U.S.
I just had ordered a few more flat rate boxes, and I am still surprised that those are free.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why the rates keep going up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cover the cost of the box, and you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
So I have just done something on my iPad, and I don't know how to undo it. I don't know if you can see it. Look. Somehow I drug a new window.
Oh.
See that? That's my window. I don't know how to get that to go away.
Well, I'm not
swipe it up. Try it. Can you swipe up on it?
Well, now I just brought it in front of the other one. I made the other one big. I don't know. I'm gonna have to call my daughter.
So, well, we were talking before the show, but where did we stop talking? What were we talking?
So I'm working on my sit complex. I got a Jabo Bricklink project going on, and I made my largest Bricklink order. I think I told you that.
That one from AFoOL, man?
Yes. And that was a $100 order. And I made the order from Joey.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't make an order from Jabo because he closed his store.
Sorry.
That's okay. So I went and I tried to outsmart it where I made an order and then I had that window open. So when I made the next order to make sure I didn't duplicate what I had ordered. So I had to put 4 orders together. Plus, I never even thought to look at bricks and pieces. So I made an eBay order because there was a lot of these TransClear 1x6x5 panels that it was a lot of 30 and it was cheaper on eBay than anybody on Bricklink. So I got that in. So when I got all that in, those 5 packages together was probably another $150. So I'm almost $300 in parts into this thing.
It better be big.
Oh, it's going to be big. So I'm to the point now where I'm getting ready to disassemble my central perk and put it with the other central perk and build the ground floor.
Central perk is the ground floor, right? In the
right. So you take 2 central perks plus the problem is when I ordered the instructions with the parts list, I ordered it for the central perk and the 2 friends. So I have a tub full of bricks for 3 floors. So it's going to be tricky to put that one together. And then I have all the parts for the Seinfeld floor, and I have all the parts for the Thor rooftop. And I want to find a big bang because I need to add another floor so I can get Seinfeld up to the 5th floor.
Oh, okay.
Because they were on the 5th floor. I might have to add 2 floors. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I have to I'm going to have to add a 4th floor to raise Seinfeld up to the 5th floor. But like I said, I'm missing the TransClear minifig heads. And when I looked them up, I was puzzled because they were only in a handful of sets and they weren't in all the modulars.
It's because they gave you the version that's let me see if I can find it.
As we all go to our computer to look for parts. Shoot. Yeah, okay. So 3626C, is that?
Yeah, 3626 is minifigure head. And then the C is the variety. So B is what's in Cafe Corner. And then there's also an A, and then there's a 28621, which is the vintage stud one. That's the one that it's open, but it's closed.
Mm-hmm.
It's
right,
like a grill.
So it looks like C is also one.
So
There's 4 different versions of it.
The version that is on my wanted list from that parts list is 3626B.
B. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one that was in the.
So 3626C is the modern one, 2008 to 2021. It's in 360 sets. Well, that part is not just the clear.
Right.
I don't know how many was in the clear without pulling it up. I would say that's probably the one you're wanting then. 20 cents.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I can find the B, but
okay,
I can't find a store that has
a bunch of them.
So I really only need 4 parts left. I need 1 menu, which if I don't get that, it's no big deal. I'll find another menu. 3 of those. That's the most important part I need, but I don't want to make a Bricklink order for 3 pieces.
Oh, for just these mini frig heads?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take a 12-hour trip to Brickford, Alabama. I think I have probably several of them.
So do you ever search by year released?
No.
See what's current. So the B version is not current. Would you say C was the current version?
Well, it's listed as 2008 to 2021.
All right, let me look at that one.
Again, I don't know if that's clear.
Trans clear is in 60 sets. Oh my goodness. So
Wow.
search by year released down. Oh, 2019 was the last
last clear.
Mm-hmm. It's in the Disney train. You can go by that one. Has got 9 of them in it.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Trying to see if there's something you might have in your pile. No, this doesn't look like it. It's in the Ghostbusters house.
No, that's.
Let me look at the vintage stud one.
Huh. So what is this piece being used for?
It goes on the lamppost, just like in modulars, to go outside.
Well, what was the newest modular? They had a lamppost in it. What was the last one? Which version is it using?
The last one would be the police station, right?
Yeah, the police station has the new version with the vintage stud. There's 6 in it.
Which
and
numbers?
There's a lot of 2021 sets that have it, but they're big sets. I'm trying to find a small set.
Okay.
That has it. There's Raya and Onji Polybag. That's probably the one you saw.
No, the polybag I saw was a friend's.
Okay, this is a Disney Raya and the Last Dragon polybag has it.
Oh, so 28621 is the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, 51. All right, I'm with you now. I'm slow to catch up.
Yeah, that's the smallest set, but it only has 1. I'm trying to
see, that was my idea, was to do like you, run to Walmart or Target, buy 3 or 4 polybags, part them out.
Yeah.
Is, I think that would make a really neat video.
Yeah.
For you. Well, I mean, I'll do it too if I come across those parts, come across that polybag. But
yeah, I tell you, this Eiffel Tower was a lot easier than I thought it would be.
Really?
Now, I need to go back and add up everything, but there's so many of the parts that you can use substitutes. Like I did have the one that I can't use a substitute for, but I got I got one order I'm waiting on. I thought I had it done, but I got one more. I need some slopes, but I didn't have to place a lot of orders.
So is this because you had a lot of it in your...
I had a lot of the parts. I had a third in my store.
Oh,
so that helped. And then the reason I didn't have some of the others is just because I needed large quantities. I needed 150 of the 2x2 dark bluish gray bricks, just a standard brick, 150 of them. So it's like I just didn't have the quantity.
Wow.
And then that's where you're talking about looking for things on Bricks and Pieces. This is where Bricks and Pieces sometimes has parts a lot cheaper than what they are on Bricklink. Usually it's like tiles. Like the 2x2 gray tile is cheaper on Bricks and Pieces than anybody on Bricklink. And I needed a bunch of those. So I bought extras of the 2x2 gray tile. It's like double or more on sellers on Bricklink if you want a new condition.
I was going to say, do you think it's because, well, maybe it's just me, but it seems like a lot of people use the light bluish gray 2x2 tile as streets or sidewalks?
Yeah. They're popular. It's hard to keep. Light bluish gray and dark bluish gray tiles are hard to keep in stock of any size, really.
Yeah, I don't have any in. I still have my store closed, by the way, but yeah, you can.
Mine's open, by the way.
There you go. can't get my hand to go the right way. That's about the last section I have to fill in of empty drawers that have never been filled. So I'm almost done filling it up. I don't know, whatever that means, but it means all my drawers will be labeled, and that is actually an important thing, getting all your drawers labeled, because then you don't have to worry about them. You just throw them in a tub as you empty them out and then fill them up as you go and don't have to worry about the order. Me and Heather already had a mistake once where we miscounted the big drawers to the little drawers.
Oh.
Yeah, and then my numbers were off, and it wasn't even off by like 1 or 2. It was off by like 30, and I was like, oh, man.
I have that when I was numbering, because I just write the numbers on this little sticker and then stick it to the drawers. Somehow I have a gap. I skipped like 50 or 60 drawers when I was in my number system.
Yeah. So I had a gap when I switched, or when I started getting those different type, like the what's the good ones? Acromills. Yeah. When I got those, so they're not going to fit perfectly like the same height and stuff. Right. So I jumped up several thousand in the numbers because I was like, I wanted to leave room in case I got more stack-ons or those other ones that Home Depot has.
Yeah. Well, I had intended, originally I had started out with stack-ons, and I put letters in front of my numbers. So I had stack-ons were SO and the acromills were AK.
Yeah.
Because I thought, well, but I ended up, the numbers just continue.
Yeah.
So the last SO, whatever it was, 500 and something. The next one was AK 501 or whatever. So my numbers stayed. But
did you put a 0 or 00 in front of them?
In
on
Bricklink, I do.
Yeah.
The numbers on the drawers are not.
Yeah.
But at least they'll sort in.
Yeah, that's how mine are.
Yeah. I think if I had everything to do over, of course, as your store expands, you got to buy more containers. But it's like, I wish, because at one point I did try renumbering the drawers.
Woo.
And this before it got so big, and I got up to, that's why I got 4 630s, because I was actually just, these are the same size drawers. I'll just do this, because I was going between 60 drawer containers and the 39 and then the 18s. And it's like, I quickly messed up. And
it's easy to do.
Yeah.
Real easy to do.
So now I don't worry about it, but I do try to keep the bigger drawers. I would like to have all the big drawers on the bottom, because to me, it's, for me personally, harder to reach down and.
No, that is a good point, because mine are literally only a couple feet off the floor.
Yeah.
So looking down at a single drawer, the little narrow drawers, looking for the numbers, it gets harder as I get older. It's harder to reach down. I thought, because I don't want them to go very high, because then the other person in my life can't reach that high.
I think of that too. And the other thing if you have them lower, I've started putting them on the slanted part, because I can't see them at all without getting down on the floor if I don't have it on the slanted part.
Yeah,
that is true.
You can do both, put on the slanted part and on the front.
Yeah.
And I think one day I might relabel all of them, but it's gonna be a lot of work.
I've often thought about, because mine are crazy because the setup I used to have, they were too high, and I had them like so I could sit in a chair and just go. But as it grows, you can't do that. So mine are like the first two are numbered, and then when you get to the last number in the second drawer, then you go back to the third one. So it's like those two are numbered together, and then the next two continue on. If that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I've thought about just moving the drawers around, and every time I think I'm going to do it, I'm like, no, I just not messing with it.
It's a lot of work.
It is.
So I was watching Montana Used Bricks, and she was doing a video where she's answering some of the questions about Bricklink, and one of the things was about how do you deal with mistakes? Because I think everybody makes mistakes. Like you pick too many, or you don't pick enough, or you forget, you don't put the remark, and then you don't know where it is.
I'll tell you about the last mistake I made. So this guy had five pieces. He had one minifig, he had one minifig accessory, and one part. So I sent him one of each because it was only 5. Well, I thought it was only 3 parts. No, I take that back. It was 3 minifigs, but it was 3 of the same minifig. So I send it to him. The minifig was one that had like something you put together on it, and it was missing. So I was missing 2 of the little pieces that went on it. So I'm like, okay, no problem. I'm gonna send it to you. So I opened the drawer that part's in, and sure enough, I got extras. I mail them to him. He receives that. He says, I'm still missing this part. The minifig accessory, he had ordered 2, but I was filling it so fast that I only sent him 1.
Oh no.
So I corrected the minifig mistake, but I didn't send him the other minifig accessory. Right. He says, you could just refund me. I said, you know what, buddy? I'm sorry, I will. So I refunded him for almost half the order.
Yeah. So there's a couple of minifigures, or more than a couple, I'm sure, but there's some minifigures that have the extra little piece or something that you might not realize when you're putting it together.
Right.
That it's in there. And another type of figure that you might leave a part off is a dinosaur. Mm-hmm. They come sealed in the bags, but sometimes they need the horns or something.
Thanos,
or even a Technic pin.
Yes, right, Technic pins.
Thanos is like that. I parted out 5 of those out of something the other day, and as I was putting them up, I was like, "Uh-oh, wait, this ends up needing those little blue Technic pins." So I ended up putting them in a little bag and then taping them to the Thanos bag, and they're in a drawer. I think they're all gone now. I think I sold them all.
So anyway, I cut you off. Back to Montana.
Oh, that's okay. That's perfect. That's a perfect example of like a problem that we could have. So this is why I don't like having gaps in my numbers, because I can do an audit from work. Like if I'm at work, I could, and I know like the only works really if all your drawers are full, and then you search by availability. So. And that means if I got parts, gear, stickers, or whatever, it doesn't matter what's in the drawer. It's going to put my drawers, and I search them by order of remarks, and I just put 100 on a page, and I just scroll until a 1 is not at the top.
Right.
If you get to it and it starts with a 2 or another number, or 90, actually like a 99. If it's one number off.
Right. Yeah.
I'd have to do it again. To remember,
so the first drawer would be 1 through 100. The next page would be 101 through 199.
Yeah, so
200, yeah.
So if you go to the one page and then it's like 802, you know the previous page was missing 1. So you go and look and see which drawer is missing. A lot of times it's that drawer is there. It's got something in it, and that's your missing. That's if you missed the remarks.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can also find if like you wiped out the quantity but just didn't realize it and you left the drawer in. And it's like, so you could have an empty drawer. I have found empty drawers that way. I have found drawers that have pieces, but the inventory shows they're all gone. So it's a good way if you don't have any gaps. You can
Earl, that's why he doesn't want to put 2 parts in a drawer.
Yeah.
That's another reason I don't want to put. If you put 2 parts in a drawer, it never works. Yeah.
I do the same thing, or I have done the same thing. I don't do it on a routine basis, but even with the 2, because of the way I put my number and then I put a or a B behind it, so I can kind of just scroll through and see the numbers, and then, every once in a while you have like 102A, 102B, so I know it's the front and the back. But I could see if I have gaps, if I have something missing, I can kind of work.
It'd be hard to retroactively do it, but if you had multiple items in a drawer, but you still numbered it like 101, 102, and 103, you've had 3, but that'd be there's 2.
Well,
it wouldn't be very flexible.
So this drawer, okay, here's my divider, goes in, but if I fill the drawer up, I may take the divider out and then move the other parts or whatever.
Yeah, then you don't have a B, you only have an A.
Then I only have an A. Well, or I just delete the B. Yeah, delete the A or delete the B.
See, I just number them. I don't use the A's and B's. I just.
Yeah, you know what? We all get used to what we get used to, right?
So it would work if you did that, like what I do, as long as all the drawers are full, because if you do 100 per page, that remark's going to come up and show only one time, but it's going to show 2 parts in that remark instead of 1.
Yeah, well,
but then it might go to.
You can still, even no matter how you have it, you can still just scroll.
Right.
And look at each one line by line and find a gap.
You just can't do it quick like you
can't do it quick. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and even when you just scroll through it, your brain sees gaps pretty quick. Because you're just going through and you're like, wait, oh yeah, that's wrong. So it's amazing how good your brain is at just doing stuff for you.
Now here's one for you. And I know you have to have done this. You put a drawer back. Like you pulled the drawer out and you took it somewhere and then you put it back, but you put it in the wrong place.
Oh, yeah.
The only way you can find it is you go to put the right drawer in that place.
Yeah.
Well, I don't leave the drawer. I don't take empty drawers out. I'll stick a Post-it on it.
Sorry, I finger Post-its.
Yeah. So if I have one like that, if I have 2 drawers backwards, I have to look through every drawer until I find the one that's out of place because I don't have any empty spots,
Yeah. So I try to keep my drawers full, and I try to keep several lots that are ready to go in them. I mean, ideally, I'd rather have those in the store, but it's like as soon as my wife picks an order and empties the drawers, I go down there and fill the drawers back up.
You have a good system, though.
It's worked for us.
Because your wife pulls most of the orders,
right?
But you put the parts in, so you're not, you don't. So like each one of you has a task, basically.
Yeah.
She
said, "What would happen if something happened to you? What would I do?" I was like, "Well, you wouldn't have to worry about putting stuff in the store. You just sell everything. You know what to do. Just pick." And I said, "If you're missing a part, just tell people. Go in the message there and tell people you're missing it."
Well, so since we're talking about missing parts and stuff, I went down the rabbit hole of.
Is it the purple spaceman?
I started
the helmet.
There's the purple.
I started to do that, and I was like, oh,
So you probably saw the Instagram post where Heather was holding it for me. She modeled it, and then she promptly said, "Well, he's too cute to take apart just for the helmet." All right.
So now
you got a version that has a gray helmet. All you got to do is, you bought helmets too.
I bought helmets and arms and hands.
How much were the helmets?
Because they were like $8.
They were $5. When I started looking at them, they were $5.
I looked after you mentioned it to us, and they were $7. The cheapest one I saw was like $7. I think.
Yeah.
It was $7.
Well, I bought the 2. Somebody had 2 of them left in the United States, and they were, like I said, I think they were like $8. And I thought, well, that's all because I don't do that. Yeah. It was going to force me into doing it because I ordered an orange one that's not in the book, so I have an orange one that'll come in.
Yeah, I need to get an orange one.
But I ordered 2 sets of arms from this guy, and I'm not going to say his name because I'm going to throw him under the bus. He said he'll send me the other ones, but I only got 1.
Oh no!
I think what happened is it's a set, right? So
it's supposed to be right and left.
Yeah, and I got a right and a left, but I think probably when they picked it, they saw 2 and went 2.
Oh,
but it should have been 2 sets.
They had them paired.
They have them paired.
Oh, okay. That's why I don't do pairs.
And well, and that's the weird thing about minifig arms. You could buy a left and a right singles, and some people have them paired, and there's a number for that in Bricklink. So
Yeah.
I was looking for all the combinations. Is it cheaper to buy a right and a left, or then ran across the pairs?
Here's the other thing you can do with arms: find another torso that has those arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't pay a lot for them, but they, still, I want my arms. And then, of course, 100 purple hands. These purple hands, there are people who have thousands of these.
Yeah.
So they were in some. What were they? Were in
Joker? Did Joker have purple hands or green hands? I can't remember.
I can't imagine parting a fig out that far.
No, I think these were pieces of. That's what I'm saying. There must have been a set where these were like an element. Or maybe they were on a pick a brick wall, or maybe part bricks and pieces or something. Because this guy had them, and he's got them numbered 100 in a bag. And when I bought them from him, you got a discount if you bought 100 of them. So I bought 100 of them. I need 4.
He got you.
100. He did. He got me. Well, 96 of them are going to end up at my store.
Yeah, that's right.
So I don't know.
Yeah, somebody else told me they were looking for the small set that had the purple helmet.
The one you bought, I actually thought about buying.
Yeah.
I couldn't bring myself to do it though.
It's a very small set. And a year ago, I probably could have got it for like $12 or $15 sealed.
So when are these? These figs are going to come out? So I saw somebody.
They're already in stores.
I
saw Just Too Good did a video. He was in Colorado. He got he bought a bunch of them at a store in Kohl's. At a Kohl's in Colorado.
Kohl's? Oh, well, it's going to be time to start looking for them.
And by the time people watch this, they'll be out because they come out January 1st. So.
Yeah. So something I wanted to talk about last time, but we were going long, and Jabo is actually trying to get to that point. Is when is it time to start saying the collection just needs to be shrunken down? And what, because like I was telling you, I started doing the B boxes like you do the P boxes, and I went over there and my stack was I could probably, if I wanted to, I could probably put about 4 more boxes and it would touch the ceiling. And I'm thinking, now I need to do another stack. Do I really need all these sets and boxes that, like you said, I'll probably never build half of them. Because it gets to the point, to me, I know you don't have a problem opening a set and parting it out, but 15 years from now, that I just can't. Okay, I got a sealed set that's 20 years old. I can't bring myself to opening it. Maybe selling it as a whole set, but I don't.
So I had a bunch of sets I bought in the 90s when I was working like long hours between 2 jobs, and then I got married and I was still working a lot. So I didn't have time to like build stuff, but I had time to buy stuff. So I was like, I was buying all like the classic Pirates and stuff through the 90s. And then, but I had all those city sets, and one of them that I kept was that Legoland California truck. And I had like, there was also things like there was a telephone worker truck, and there were a bunch of these sets, and some of these I've opened on the channel over the last 9 years, but that Legoland California truck, I was getting ready to open it, and Maniac for Bricks was like, "Don't open it. I'll send you my used one." And so I was like, "Okay," but it's got a sticker. So that set has a sticker in it for the trailer, and so, but I didn't open it because he sent me that, and then I ended up buying the sticker. But you buy something, and 20 years later, you still have. I never bought it intending to resell it, but then it does get. And that's a small set.
Yeah, but it gets to that point. I mean, I've got the pile. I've got the pile that's the stuff that I want to save in my collection. Right. I have the pile that I really don't have interest in, but I bought it because it was cheap. And so the other day I was looking in there. I had a Minecraft set. And I was like, well, I only have one of them. So I looked it up on eBay, and it was like a $20-something set, and it was going for $90 on eBay. So I'm like, man,
Yeah.
maybe I should look at more Minecraft sets. But so I mean, like, so now I'm like, okay, so I listed it on eBay. I mean, what else am I going to do with it?
Right.
Mhm.
And I'm starting to think that there's a bunch of sets I have in those boxes that maybe I should just part with and use it for stuff that I really want to buy and build.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, it was like I wanted to keep at least one of every different set that I owned.
Mm,
And then, with the clearance, I ended up, in my lack of organization, I would have duplicates of sets, but they'd be in different boxes.
Mm-hmm.
So even when I would do my brick set list, I'm like, okay, I've already seen that set. So then at a certain point, some of them I didn't know what quantity to put. So there's a lot of them that I have quantity of one that I have more than one, but I'm
mm,
not really 100% sure because I didn't put the location.
right.
So
So
you get those duplicates definitely can go.
Right. Yeah.
But then I realized, I mean, it hit me hard when I had this truck repair.
mhm.
My truck's been a pretty good truck for years, and then we had a major repair on it this past couple of weeks, and it's 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 tough, man. It's tough. And I was like, I need to sell some things, and I was like, you know what? I'm never going to do this. Like, build all these sets and have them on display. I don't have room
Right.
for it. And I bought. I have found at least 50 Chima sets in my collection. And I was like, these are never, for me personally, they're never going to have I don't think they would ever have any kind of sentimental value like Fabuland. Like, I didn't collect Fabuland as a kid, but I thought it was, or as an adult,
Right.
but
Right.
it was like, I thought it was interesting. I thought it was cute, but
Right.
Chima,
Yeah. I don't. I think. Yeah. I think you're probably Chima's well past your nostalgia kicking in phase, right? Because that's going to be a childhood thing. So, yeah, I could see where. Yeah, that would be stuff I would be getting rid of for sure.
and then my son Jacob, he was like, "We don't need all these UCS sets." I'm like, "Wait a minute, no."
I got to
Mm,
draw the line somewhere.
I know that I'm
yeah.
keeping. That's one thing. That's like with the vintage stuff. It's like, no, if I keep anything Star Wars, it's going to be the UCS sets.
Yeah, but that's got to hit his nostalgia. It's just
Yeah,
not yet,
yeah,
Yeah.
right? Because that's going to
Yeah.
be stuff that he's a teenager or whatever in that time
Yeah,
frame.
when like if he gets into his mid-20s and he starts really collecting and be like, he remembers building all those UCS Star Wars sets and where are
yeah,
they now?
yeah. That and for him, I know it would be the Space Police 3
Mm-hmm.
and Power Miners. Those are the ones I know that at some point in his life he would have. He still has. I mean, I know he has nostalgia for Space Police, and I kind of wish we had gotten all of those sets.
Right,
So
but
is that go ahead.
he's going to be lucky because all his childhood sets are still in the basement, right?
Yeah, yeah. There's stuff we bought for him is just like migrated back into the overall collection.
Right,
It'll
right,
probably be just like this house will be. Yeah, if you want to see your set, come over here and see.
right.
Well, I mean, I have this, the room that is just getting full. I mean, full, and I see you do your vlog and you do your walk arounds, and it's getting to where it's getting so cluttered, full, packed. I mean, when you got to turn sideways to walk, or you got to really be careful lifting your leg up and stepping it over there so you don't knock all this over here down.
Yeah. You know, I went through that thing where, I loved Castle. And I was very close to having all of the classic Castle sets from the 80s, from the 84 up, not the older ones. And I was working on getting those. But then when I discovered 12-volt trains, I was like, I got to have these. So I sold I think I sold all of the Castle stuff on eBay. And I was buying all those trains in Germany. About 5 or 6 years later, I ended up selling the trains because I can get a lot of money for these, and I don't have room for all this, and then I ended up rebuying them.
Yeah, see, that's why that's what keeps me from selling a lot of stuff, because I would love to have half of the sets that I had when I was a kid back.
There's the fine line, right? For collector, and then if you have the ability to sell it, then it becomes easier to sell it because you want to go after that next thing. Because I don't have the money to just keep buying everything that I want, especially the vintage stuff. Well, especially the new stuff too. Crap, I think the new stuff's getting worse than the vintage stuff as far as price wise. But yeah, there becomes that regret. It's like, oh, I wish I had that back, and then at some point you can get some of it back, and then I don't know. It's a dance. I think the limiting factor here is exactly what we're talking about: is where's the space. I have gone past my golden rule, and it hurts me because I know I need to do something. I have things packed away that are not out, and that my golden rule is if it ain't out and you're not looking at it, then why do you have it? Now, I can justify some of that by saying, well, that I put that away because eventually it's going to be worth more. Okay, so it's an investment piece. Or we have a ton of Disney stuff that Heather likes and has always hoped for a granddaughter. Don't know if that's going to happen, but we have a lot of it.
It's coming. I just had my first grandson. Don't never say no.
There you go.
This little boy is going to get a toy every time I go see him.
The other day I had to invent things for Dakota to do just so he could take something out of the basement. I need you to take this, Dakota. Okay, you need to clean that up over there. But yeah, so I'm in the same spot. I got things that I know it's, and I can't part with it either. At the same time, I'm not there yet.
That's the problem. I can part with the stuff in that pile, but I can't part with the stuff in this pile.
Right.
So is your plan to thin out to just one of everything, except for stuff like Chima or?
Yeah, I'm going to get completely rid of certain things. I did put one. I made a list of the Chima sets that I have on BrickTsar. So I may have others that I just haven't inventoried yet. But I'm thinking I'm going to keep the Chima game. I'm keeping different versions of those horrible Lego games. It's a weird thing. It's not because it's going to be valuable or anything. I'm thinking about keeping those Lego board games.
Yeah.
But the Star Wars, I did, like when I started collecting Star Wars, the goal was buy them all, buy every set that came out. And by 2001, I'd given up on that. And then it was like, okay, I'll get all the UCS sets. But I didn't get all the UCS sets. And then I collect X-Wings, but I don't collect all the X-Wings, and then Yoda. So I could probably thin out my Marvel and my Star Wars and my DC superheroes. And it's like, I realized, especially with the Marvel stuff, I was like, I only really like the figures. So I might part out stuff and just like keep the figures.
Yeah. That's a valid collection, and that's kind of, I collect all the CMFs, and collecting Marvel and the mini. Actually, just collecting the minifigures in itself is a bankrupting thing. There's just so many variations and combinations. It's crazy.
Yes, and it can take your joy away when you can't get to things, or you got so much that like you don't remember where you put it. I mean, I thought I had a big collection in the 90s, but I knew where everything was and I could get to anything at any time. Right. Now it's like, it's no way.
But in the 90s, you did have a big collection because of what was available compared to what's available today.
I had no competition either for buying stuff. It's like there weren't people out there because there was no people really weren't onto eBay yet. That started in the late 90s. So I go to a clearance and there'd be tons of stuff.
That's the thing. And where I live, Evansville's a medium-sized city. I get whatever that means, but I'd tell you this population, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. But at any rate, let's put it this way: we have 2 Walmarts, one on each side of town, and then there's one across the river. there's never any clearance. If Lego hits the clearance, it's gone. There's people that are either way smarter or they work there or they know when that stuff's going to hit the clearance, and I can never get to it. And we don't have dirt cheap, and we have one, I don't know what the other one's called, but the stuff that shows up there is literally looks like it's just one step above being put in the trash can. You know, it's really bargain hunt.
Oh yeah, bargain hunts is
half the stuff at Dirt Cheap is like that.
Is it?
Yeah. It's like it because probably half the stuff, maybe more than half, is basically returns.
Mm. Yeah, well, that's what bargain hunt looks like a lot of times. It's just
and
back in the heyday of bargain hunt a few years ago, you would occasionally come across a warehoused item that was extremely old. I mean, I have found stuff there from the 70s, not Lego, but they had like a sealed board game, a Parker Brothers game. It was from the 70s.
Wow.
It's like, okay, that's pretty cool. I didn't get it, but I've found Connect stuff that was old, like 20 years old, that was still sealed. But lately, it's just when you go. I went in a bargain hunt this week, and the toys were Dollar General type toys. They were just I wouldn't, even if they were like a quarter, I wouldn't buy these for my kids or anything. It's just junk.
So
it's
the bargain hunt's still open?
Yeah, they're still. We got 2 that are still open. The 2 that I liked the most, they closed. They went out of business.
Well, it's been a while since I've been by a couple months, so the one we have may not have made it through the holiday season.
So we still have all our day. We actually have a new store in Biloxi. It's called Bargain Hunt or something, and I think it's basically Amazon return pallets. I think they buy bulk Amazon return pallets, and they put it, and they're closed on Thursdays. No, they're closed one day, and then the next day they open fully stocked, and everything's $8. Then the next day it's $7, and then by the day before it closes, whatever's left is 50 cents.
Oh wow!
So if you want the good stuff, you got to be there on the $8 day, which is a weekday, and we can't. So we ended up we went on a Saturday, which was $6 a day, and it was all picked over, and it was like half the stuff you're looking at is like, why would somebody pay $6 for this?
Yeah,
maybe 50 cents.
Right.
But they said there's good deals when it hits the first day.
So this is, when did we say this was coming out? You said the
January 7th, I think.
Okay, so in 1 week from when this is released, or when you're watching this, if you watched it on the day it was released, we're going to be 2 of us for sure are going to be at BrickTsar, Alabama. One of us is
possibly on the way.
Possibly on the way. Well, I have the same problem with Dakota. Dakota's registered to be there, and so we've paid, but he's going to be in the same boat you are. Is his parents going to drive 6 hours down, and on a Friday after work, or get up really early Saturday and come down, and then turn around and getting back home's not that bad. They can go on a Sunday, and then it's not that bad of a drive back home on a Sunday. But
see, the trick is, if I can get off both days, we can get a room in Gulfport on the way home Saturday night. And then that'll make it a lot easier on me and a lot easier to convince my wife.
Yeah. So
I hope you can. Yeah.
But if I can't get off on Sunday, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could drive all the way there on Friday, then drive home on Saturday. And that's going to be rough.
Did you see the map is out of the convention?
No, I mean, I was on the website today and I didn't look.
I don't know if I'm supposed to share this or not, but by the time this comes out, it ought to be
public domain.
It'll be in a week, so looks pretty much like it was last time we were there. But this is the YouTube community. It has gotten shrunk and moved.
I can't even find it. Where'd it go? Where is it?
It's up here with the sets timeline.
Oh, it's tiny. Oh my goodness.
Well, it's me and you and Brick Builder. Jason.
Brick Bender.
Brick, yeah. Jason, I know his first name. Why don't I know his name? Because he was just.
It's the J community.
Yeah. So, and then with our stuff, I think whatever Jason's got, and then you and the tipper truck army, the rest of the stuff that I'm bringing, we just put it in with the set timeline.
Well, my mom both. I mean, I can't talk. So the sets timeline. It sounds like something that Brick Jams would do.
It does, but he made the Todd. I say he. Todd made the announcement on. Let's see if we go with the news. That, this Wesley Higgins is bringing the timeline collab back, and that's the guy that originally did it for Brick Fair, Alabama. Isn't he the guy that bought? Maybe I'm misunderstanding the story, but didn't he somehow acquired a collection, and there was like a pretty massive collection of parts or sets through the years, and he does this all the way around, which kind of like what Jamie did with Brick Jams did with the model maker stuff. So
see, one of the things I want to do, I'd hoped to do it this year, but I just hadn't had the time. I want to do a timeline of every set from a catalog in a year. It doesn't mean that every set they made that year, but I want to get a catalog and have everything that's in that catalog. That the medium catalog, for instance, like 74 or 75 and 76, I think are a couple of years that are doable. The hardest thing to find are the Duplo sets.
Yeah,
because nobody has the box. I want the boxes. Nobody has the boxes.
Right. Well, I have. So I guess you haven't been there I haven't been there to see it, but this collab with the sets through time. You haven't. Okay, so apparently it's pretty impressive.
So he's going to do it like by year or like.
What I've seen the videos of, if it's the same thing I've seen before, it just goes way. I mean, it looked like it had stuff way back in the 50s and 60s limited, but then as it went through, it had like all the space sets and maybe all the castle, and he'd have like the boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I think as time's gone on, because
I definitely got a lot of boxes from the early 70s.
Yeah. I get a lot of.
I don't have room to bring all that stuff.
I'm not. I'm coming very limited this time. So
Is Jacob going with you?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
It'll be interesting. And then, of course, the king in his castle is going to the Peach Lug or whatever, but I think they're a table over.
It's funny. He's down there in Florida and he's in Peach Lug, and I'm right down the road and I'm not in it.
So it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be different this year, though. I hope the Omicron mess doesn't mess us up too bad.
I know. Yeah. You said we definitely would be there, but who knows?
Oh yeah, well that's true.
I don't think anything's going to change. I mean,
today alone we had 12 new cases at work.
It's I think that's to be expected because of all the holiday stuff. But I just, I don't want to sound like someone who I don't know. It's kind of, I don't want this to come off wrong, but I don't think it's as bad as the news media makes it out to be.
Yeah,
and I think there are.
That's a daily conversation at work. Is
right, like whether you're vaccinated. Whether you're vaccinated or not, I don't care. I'm vaccinated. Right. It's your choice. It doesn't bother me. But I think there's people who are vaccinated. Probably half the people who are vaccinated who get it will never know they had it unless they just took a test because they had no symptoms. And it's the same whether you're vaccinated or not. I mean,
I just wish everybody that was vaccinated or not, that they washed their stinking hands.
Yes. That's what I do.
That was what we were talking about the other day because everybody complains about wearing a mask at work and all that. I said, hey, at least the rubber glove thing didn't stick. I said, because that's what would help a lot of people. Y'all sneezing on my doorknob.
Early on when things really were bad.
Yeah.
I was in the racetrack and this old man come shuffling in there with his rubber gloves on.
that are the white gloves with the yellow tips because
they were nasty. His gloves were nasty looking. So he's touching the handles. He's going in there. He does his business, and then he just turns around and walks out. And I'm just like, really? You nasty gloves with your pee all over them, and you're touching these handles. I'm like, thank you. But yeah, people just clean yourself.
Yeah.
I was at work this week, and they're like, "Hey, so and so's in the training room, and the font's messed up on their computer. Can you go check it out?" And I'm like, "Okay." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, the resolution's wrong. I need to set it to what is." So I was over there, and she's like, "Yeah, they put me back here because my daughter has COVID." I'm like, "What?" And she don't have a mask on, or I'm touching her keyboard. I'm like, okay, well, at least you told me. Now I can make sure I'm clean.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So
It's not funny, but it is.
Yeah. So did we sort out the hashtag description thing on YouTube?
I was confused because I thought there was a new hashtag that you were talking about using.
I looked at it because you put a hashtag and then you put tag.
I thought it was something new.
I looked that up on Instagram. I thought I was missing something.
It pulls up the movie tag.
So it just by coincidence, when I watched your video today, underneath it always shows me more videos, more of your videos. You know, every other video I watch, including Mark Roper's, I might get the next video is Mark Roper, and then I have all these other videos that are related. But when I watch a BrickTsar video, I'll have like 4 or 5 BrickTsar videos down the line. And the top one it said hashtag or haul number 5. And I said, haul number 5? This must be it was like haul number 5 from 2018 or something.
Oh, that's why I was renumbering them.
And some of them I look at, there was another one that was on there that was it was Every. Remember what
what
is it? And I was like,
Every?
That video was 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I hadn't seen the if you use the hashtag in the description, that it would put a link at the top. So I went back and I did all the AFoOL. I went and added a hashtag, and if you click that, you get this nice page of all the AFoOL. So I thought that was new, and when I went to look it up to try to figure it out, it looked like it was a new thing.
I've seen it on videos, but it seems like it's real small under the video box, but it's above the description.
Yes, above the description, below the title.
And I was trying to figure out how people were getting that to go there.
Well, okay. If I'm trying to find a video that has it,
and it's a good way to link your video for search.
Mm-hmm.
I was always not mad, but like hashtag bat. That's kind of a common thing. So it's like it doesn't really work for BrickTsar answer thingy, but Pablo does. And then when you do, then there's the broader ones like Lego. That's not.
You don't want to do that. No, right? Yeah.
And Bricklink.
Yeah, see, it comes up.
Oh, you got see. This is on desktop. It's on top on desktop.
On desktop,
It's on the iPad.
It's on. It'll be below
it. Right below it. I don't know if you can even see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I always wondered, how do people get that to show up? So you just type it in.
Just put it in the description. Just put it, and if you put it, it's like you see how you put the space between the hashtag and the 37.
Right.
Yeah, that keeps it from being a hash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I had to do that with my PO box because if you look at a lot of my, most all of my old videos, you'll see hashtag 264.
Oh.
Yeah.
PO box. Yeah.
See, look, there it is. Look right there. Look at the suggested video.
Oh, it changed.
Oh, what happened?
Just watch a BrickTsar video.
Oh, it just changed. But look, Look, so that's the AFoOL podcast. Look what's
Yeah, it's the puffy shirts.
Puffy shirt.
Yeah. So it's a good thing to do, but pick ones that are specific for you, not the general ones. So yeah, the AFoOL podcast.
Yeah, big long one.
Boom.
Yeah,
BrickTrains. You could do hashtag BrickTrains in every
yeah.
video.
I could, yeah.
Well,
I added it to my default description for
There you
the
go.
AFoOL podcast, and then I added something for the YouTube, the default description too. So
yeah, it's really good, and that's why if anybody like, I always say use the hashtag BAT if you want me to answer your question because I'll search that. But if
Right.
people do that, their comment goes to spam. So I don't tell people that, but I just go and pull them out of spam.
Yeah.
Because a hashtag is a link.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So any links, the spam filter puts them in spam.
Is that because of a setting you have, or
Yeah.
is that's a
Yeah, I
default?
have it set to put any link in spam.
Okay.
And I don't know why big YouTubers don't do it. I'll get on their videos and it's like, and one of them was a YouTuber that does like tips, and I'm like, you got 45 comments here that are spam. You should probably remove these.
Move them. Yeah. Well, I thought YouTube kind of got onto you if you didn't remove blatant spam.
You can. I mean, that's the other thing. It's like when you get the bad, like this is what happened with the kids content. If people were putting links in kids videos, and the creator's responsible for that. And if it's to something inappropriate and you got it in a kid's video, they'll take your video down, and you'll get a community strike.
Right.
And I've heard of people getting their videos demonetized because they had a link and something happened to the website that they were using reference. Like I did my research and here's the references. The thing they were referencing got hacked or changed, or the domain switched hands, and then it went to something bad, and then they get a strike for that. And I'm like, the less links you have to things that you can't control, the better.
Yeah. I owned a domain a long time ago that was a real short, what was the word? It was, I don't know. It was like link spelled weird, linker, linky, link. But it was really short, and I was doing that. I was to create kind of my own little link tree URL shortener stuff. I kind of wish I'd have kept it now because but yeah, those shorteners you might as well just use Google's to stay out of trouble.
YouTube
so you don't
really like you to link to anything that's off of YouTube anyway.
No, they want you to stay home. Yep.
Yeah. But the other thing I mentioned, I don't know if you saw my little note under that about the hashtags. There's another thing that you can put in the descriptions that takes a little bit more work, but it can be helpful, is chapters. You know about chapters?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just put the time code in. And
okay, I didn't know if you knew.
Well, so the first time I saw chapters was about the time we started doing the AFoOL podcast. So I started doing the chapters then. And after 38 episodes, actually more like after 13, it got because
I don't know. They keep saying that they're going to do this auto chapters. I don't know how that's going to work.
I don't either.
And I've not ever seen it on any of they've not done it on any of mine.
Yeah, as I say, I can't tell you that anything that I've ever seen is auto chaptered versus somebody hand chaptering it. I know none of my videos have been auto chaptered. Yeah. So
there's a lot of things that are really neat features that are on YouTube that seem like they don't take long to do, but when you compile it on top of everything else that you're doing between editing, filming, and then like even putting the little fly out links, click the link above. Wait, which side is it on?
Yeah.
It's like you got to go back and make sure the timestamp's right, and
so go ahead.
And when I edit my videos, I'll just hit the marker button, so Control M, and I can type a quick little note. It's like put BrickTsar, whatever that fly-in link is at the top. A card, put a YouTube card. But then I upload it to YouTube. That information's not there. So then I have to go back and watch it again.
And then you got to, when you got to go find the card.
Yeah.
Find the video you want to put on the card.
And for both of you, I have to type your full. I can type Mardi Gras Man 2. It will not show you 2, 3, and then all of a sudden there'll be 50 options for Mardi Gras Man 2, but 2, 3 there's just one. So I have to type all of it. It's the same thing for BrickTsar too. So
Wow.
well, once you get into past Brick, and it usually calms down. But
So when you edit everything on iMovie, as do I, do you ever insert pictures?
Yes.
How do you
And-
do that on iMovie on your
Okay,
phone?
so we're gonna do an iMovie tutorial.
Sorry, Joey.
no, you're fine.
It took me forever to figure out the zooming in, and then I forgot about it. Then I saw one of your recent videos, like, oh yeah, I can do that.
All right, that's tomorrow's video, last week's video. Let's say I want to add a picture.
On top, like in the corner of that video.
So you do your plus sign.
Right.
You go to photos.
Right.
Recently added. I'll just put this tipper truck one. And then there's 3 little dots. Do you see the 3 little dots?
Yes. Yes.
You click on it, and you want to, if you do a cutaway, it'll put it like if I'm talking about something and I want to show the picture, I do the cutaway.
Okay.
And so if I do cutaway, it puts
replace the spot.
It puts it on top, and then I can click that and I can make it as long as I want.
Right. Yep. Okay.
Do like that.
So what if you wanted to put it like you wanted to keep your main and you just wanted to put a picture in the top corner? So while you're talking about it, it shows the picture.
Okay.
Can you do that on iMovie?
Yeah, you can do that on iMovie as well. And I'm doing this it's easier on an iPad, but I'll do the same picture, do the same 3 dots, but you want picture in picture.
Oh, okay.
And then I put it there. I can make it as long as I want.
Yes, that's what I've been trying to figure that out for a year.
And then you can resize it.
Yes.
You do the little things. Jacob keeps texting me, but let me see.
See if it's important.
This I want to see. I don't know if this will show up or not. This is what he texts me. This is me on my wedding day. And he texts me, he said, you got Lego hair.
You should text him back and said, I'm glad somebody picked that up. I did that on purpose however many years ago.
It's like my hair was black and thick in 1997.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that.
Yeah.
My hair is getting gray too, but those videos, that 5-year ago video.
It's amazing how much it's changed on me in 5 years.
Well, they say the older we get, the faster we go down the hill, right?
Yeah. So it's like in 5 more years, I'll be almost 60. That's just like scary to think.
No, I'm thinking about, I am thinking about retirement. I'm not thinking about it tomorrow, but it's now within the forethought. And I'm like, ugh, when did I get old?
But this is the only thing I enjoy about it. Or I don't know if I enjoy it, but I think about my son and my daughter, and they're just really starting their journeys in the workforce and things like that. And my son, he's tried a lot of different things. He's got things that he likes to do. But I said, there's no rush for you to decide what's going to be your career, because you don't want to pick something that you're going to be stuck in. But it's like, I remember the depression I had in 1992 when it was talking about your pension and all this being available in 2032. That just seemed like so far away. I couldn't imagine doing that job for 40 years. And now it's like, I'm so close. It's like, I look back at when I started YouTube, that's 9 years ago. When I retire is less than 9 now. So it's like, I'm on the home stretch here. And they're just starting. It's like,
got such a long way to go, don't they? Well, do we want to do I got to get up early, so do the comments.
Yeah, there was something else I wanted to bring up, but
no, that's fine. You got it.
No, I forgot what it was.
Oh.
Let me do the comments. Maybe it'll come to me.
Okay.
All right. So actually, I just pulled them up while we were looking.
We got a lot of
hashtag.
them, I think, too.
Yes. So Geology Joe. At the flea market, I overheard a kid asking about those vintage Lego cars, non-brick. I was impressed somebody his age was into collecting those old old Lego vehicles. I wonder if he was watching your video.
Mhm.
Dude Jude 20. Hey, Joey, Earl, and Jabo. Like 30 some odd years ago, I looked up stuff about the moon landing on microfilm. Keep up the good work. He watched it.
Yes, he
watched
did.
it. So what are we gonna ask him if they're still here? What are we talking about?
Do I still have Lego hair?
Yeah,
There it
you
is.
go.
Lego hair.
There you go. When was Jabo's Lego hair?
They still make my Lego hair, but it's that old balding guy.
Sin Killer Tachukawa. The first episode I watch after my hiatus and I get called out. Either I have an amazing timing or Mardigrasman has this power to summon me. Busy season for me in the Minecraft server tech support business between Christmas orders and a new version of the game coming out.
Mm.
I wonder if he was helping keeping the Lego
He said
server
with Minecraft.
online.
What did he say with
Minecraft server tech
Okay, because
between Christmas orders and a new version coming out.
yeah, they might be bricks. Just had to update Minecraft here right before we started this today. He was concerned about his Minecraft account. He's had it for like forever. Since the game first came out, I think.
Oh wow. That's been years.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, here's something for you to look up, Joey. Get ready.
Okay, here we go.
Brick Frog says, I've started searching eBay as I listened to the podcast. Ended up getting 558 and 6648 for $30 altogether. 558 and 6648.
Well, 558.
6648 is going to be a town set.
Yeah, 558 is a road crane. Hang on. And right there.
Oh, it's got
nice.
That's a nice one.
Those
nice
are stickered chevrons on the side of a headlight brick.
And what was the other 66 what?
6648.
6648.
Oh, Matt. Yeah.
The dump truck.
Oh, there's two of them. 6648. It could be the little Maverick.
I bet you it's got to be the dump truck.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
That's too good.
Those are great sets
for that price. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, I mean,
1980.
Yep. And if you want to call it a tipper truck, I'm with you.
Yeah. I'm not gonna argue that.
Good finds, Brick Frog.
Yep.
Yeah. I thought he was gonna say I started searching microfilm. Mayo Hosco for commenting on Jabo's channels. I'm sorry you have to manually review this comment, Joey. Thank you, Earl, for using the right name. I don't know what the sitcom tower is, but I do know what the sitcomplex is.
It's the same thing, right?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing.
It's Bricks for Chris's idea.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Float trucks are low loaders in North America. I can't wait to see more of the vault. Personally, I'd like to see a vault episode of the SO filling station set 310-5 from 1956.
Do you have it, Joey?
I don't think I have that. 310.
It's one of the three sets. You have the gas station, the fire station, the church, and that's it.
I know Alice. I mean, BrickTsar will do Brickyard one of these days. One of these days. One of these days.
One of these days. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, you know, and the Brickyard that was the set you were talking about the other day that you had several copies, more than you know how many you have. So
I probably got 4 of it. I had 2 in the same box. When I was building that for the slot car thing, I had 2 in that box.
You took the one off your display, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember when people would ask, what's your favorite set?
That one? Chris Cummings. I think you're right about company history being destroyed. The company I work for tasked me 10 years ago with disposing of into the dumpster from heavily loaded curbside cans, a heavy truck manufacturer, no personal data, just drawings, manuals, and related materials that was outdated from the 70s to the 90s. I saved some because I was in there late in the night. One night I was in early, and the cleaner there told me that he had already took the stuff out to the dumpster. I was questioning in my mind, what? Why? I returned later and did some dumpster diving and found nothing from the facility. So I found out later that the cleaner was a retired employee of that truck manufacturer, and I'm willing to bet he probably has some of that company's history in his garage or attic.
Yep.
So
wow.
Yeah, that's probably what happened to Samsonite. I could just picture them. Like, you ever see the movies with the FBI's when they're like burnt and they're destroying everything with paper shredders, and I could just picture that.
Yeah, I have a feeling that there was on both sides of that. There was, you know what? I don't want to ever hear or see anything about Lego or Samsonite. You know, and they're just both just shredding and burning it all.
So when I worked at Six Flags through the 90s, one of our responsibilities was to mark off which dumpsters got dumped. And so, we're always checking dumpsters, but one of the photo shops had thrown away all their displays for taking it's supposed to be like take your picture with a celebrity. So some of them get worn out and they throw them away. And it's like, let's get these. We took them. So yeah, we did some dumpster diving from time to time.
Tom Pitsley. When you click apply order, you can change the amount it applies. So is that when we were talking about Bricklink, or what were we talking about?
Yeah, like if you're on your wanted list.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So if you're doing your wanted list and you apply the order, we were talking about applying an order to your wanted list. And I was saying that if you have 3 wanted lists, it applies that order to each one of them. So like if you buy 10 and you have 3 wanted lists and you need like 6 on this one and 6 on this one and 8 on this one, it'll apply 10 to each order.
Oh.
Instead of
right.
I just do it manually.
Yeah.
I'd say it would be when you get those large lists, though.
Yeah, if you let it automatically do it, this is how you end up with extra video tiles because I forgot to take them out.
Yeah,
I remember Clutch, Bricks on the Dollar, when he used to do his podcast. They were talking about the strategy of intentionally taking your new parts and splitting them like as used. And he said, people, you say, and I've seen them. I want to say at least 100 times I've seen where somebody bought the exact number of used as new, and I had plenty of both. It's like, why are you not buying all new or all used? It's because the wanted list filling it.
Yeah, because you're doing that
like
autofill or whatever.
Well, they choose any,
and then they hit the autofill the wanted list.
Yes, right.
So I've noticed. I actually mentioned this on. I don't think the Hall's posted yet, but. So I'll go into a store and they'll have new and used, and I actually pay attention so I don't double up. And the used part will be more expensive than the new part.
I'll tell you why. Possibly.
I'm thinking it's because they added the used manually, and the average for the new is less than has changed maybe.
I have used parts where a part might have been more rare when you first got it, and so you got the used one there, and you're not really adding a lot more used ones, but as the new ones come out, the price is high, and then over time it comes down, but you still got this used one sitting over here. And then eventually, I've accidentally come across, I'm like, oh my goodness, I got this used one for twice what my new one is. I need to lower this used one. That happened with the macaronis. So the macaroni used to be rare.
Right.
And then I got like 1,000 of them in a bulk lot, and they were like 30 cents a piece back then, but now it's just, it's a common piece. So I had to lower the price.
Speaking of lowering the price, how did those remember when you parted out the Darth Vader mosaic? Wasn't it?
Parted it together?
No, you bought one to part out because the price was so high.
Oh yeah, it's come down. It's actually
down?
less than $200 now. It's gone from like over $1,300 to less. It's more like what it should be.
Should be, yeah.
Less than 200. Yeah.
Blah says, yeah, I picked up the purple hands, arms, legs, and that darn purple helmet before the 2022 CMF comes out. Yeah. Figured it would be like those light bluish gray turntables in the cafe corner.
Mm-hmm.
Also picked up. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to see what these things go up to.
Yeah. Also picked up the light gray spaceman parts in the CMF to build that one. I did the same thing, and that wasn't too bad. I created 2 wanted lists, one for buy-in, which reflects things I have ordered, and another wanted list that is specific to a set, showing what I have versus what is coming in the mail. This has helped me with what I have ordered, and what I need. Thanks for another great show. You're welcome. Hope you can make it to the end of the next one to tell us about Jabo's hair. What I do is I'll mark off. I'll change the have box to what I have ordered, and then when it comes in, I'll change the need to what I actually need minus. I'll change the have back to 0 and.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't.
Yeah, it's when they make the mistakes, or you can't count your chickens before the eggs hatch.
Yeah. Yes. That's why. Yeah. But it's fun putting stuff together. It's expensive, but it's fun Bricklink and stuff.
Yeah,
I've discovered this on Bricks and Pieces. They've always included lately. I shouldn't say always, but lately, my Bricks and Pieces order, they've included at least one more of the parts that I buy in a significant quantity. Like if you get like 20 of them, I'll have 21.
Wow.
If I bought 100, I'll have 101 or 102. So they're trying to be careful to not short people on stuff.
Yeah. And they're hand doing those, just like we would with Bricklink.
Those are hand picked, and they're worse than Bricklink orders.
One big bag.
Yep.
Yeah. Can you imagine that warehouse to pick?
That job has got to stink. That's probably the worst job at Lego. Unless they're paying them really good and they don't put them under any pressure about how many orders they do.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that. They got to be under some kind of.
Wait a minute. I just talked about picking orders being a terrible job.
But yet you're setting up your retirement.
We do it because we want to do it. Oh my
goodness. Job data says, I know what microfilm is, but have nothing on Samsonite. And all I know about float trailers is what I read on Wiki. But seriously, thank you for doing these podcasts. I always look forward to them.
You're welcome.
We look forward to filming them.
We do, yes.
Microfilm. Now I have to catch up on orange. At least I have that in the fridge too. So I guess he had to go back and watch the previous podcast. Shane Hart, the unplanned drop test. Did your cat fight it out with the big dog boy? Ended up going for a drop trip, not drop ship. It's strong then, but no means.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sometimes his comments are hard to read. I'm sorry.
Yeah. On the red rubber bands, I'm wondering if he's doing it on his phone and just on the red rubber bands must stay on. Yeah, that's got to be what he's doing. Either that or he's talking into his phone.
Yeah, I think he's might be doing speech to
on text. The red rubber bands must stay on. Hope I can find mine in with the instruction booklet bag in a box with hundreds of boxes. Yeah, could you imagine? That's you have that all the time. You order something and you don't put it where it goes, and then
Where did it go?
Where'd it go?
You look through 100 boxes, and it's always the last one you look in.
it's gotta be enjoyable for you going through these shoe boxes.
So I wanted to mention, I don't know if you, my cat was wrongly accused of a crime. So the AT-AT, you know about us dropping the AT-AT.
Yeah, yeah.
We weren't filming it, and we had so it's kind of like a car or one of those fold-out tables.
Right. Yeah.
He was building it on. He was on the last bag. And it was under the table. He reached under there, and his backside got up under the table. And when he stood up, it lifted the table up, and the AT-AT came crashing off. My editing of my video, I meant to show how the cat was rubbing up on the AT-AT, and it didn't fall over. So now it's like M&R Productions saw the picture of the AT-AT laying on the ground, and it's like, look what the cat did. I'm like, it wasn't the cat. It was the guy building it. Because it did kind of the way I edited it did look like it was the cat that did it.
Did it? Yeah.
Bad editing.
Chad Kona says, always heard it was microfish.
I've heard that too.
Have you?
Not fish in like fish that swim in the sea, but fish, like microfiche. Yeah.
Oh. Shane Hart. I'm guessing they didn't have the crane click part 50 years back, and black and beams parts in yellow. So that's why it's built that way. Good if you can turn left or right, and a little rough on pushing back and forth. So he's talking about the crane that doesn't.
Yeah.
Vault
so when did the hook first come in? No, the tow truck had a hook.
Well, there's two versions of that hook. One's got an eyelet that has the string you tie to it.
One that doesn't.
Yeah, and the other one has two little pimples. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think they both ran real close together in the 60s.
Yeah.
So I don't know which one went into the 70s though. Should look that up.
So that's all of them. That was some. That was a good bit of comments. How many views? Ooh, that's 346 views. That's the most we've had in a while.
Yeah, that's getting back up there. We got it kind of got into a little bit of a lull, but it felt like to me a lot of things on YouTube kind of went down a little bit. But it seems to kind of head up again. One of my short videos got 700 views the other day. I was like, wow.
Really?
Yeah, the very next one got 2. So you tell me. They're all the same caliber. They all stink. So
you're 57 subscribers away. 57.
Yeah. Had a big jump. So.
Oh, good. And you're going to have a big jump in 2022. I can feel it.
Yeah.
This is the year.
This is the year. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, surely just by statistical anomaly, I'll get over 1,000 in 2022. So.
Somebody will accidentally hit the subscribe button.
You're gonna have to do a celebration.
Well, if they hit it accidentally, do it 3 times. That way,
when you get to 1,000, you got to do a celebration video.
I have to do something.
You can get Dakota to draw you a YouTube plaque.
We lost Earl. There's back.
So you can get Dakota to build you a YouTube plaque. Like the $100,000 subscriber plaque. Get him to draw you one for 1,000.
So, speaking of Dakota, something interesting happened in the last few months. His mom, because we got sets, right? I don't know. You may have been talking about it. Somebody was talking about theme sets. Is there two? I guess it was Bricklink or Brick Set theme sets versus like Star Wars or Marvel versus like City, which is better. But Dakota is now actually wanting just bricks, so like the creator sets.
Really?
Yes, not themed, not Marvel, and he likes those things. But he wants to be able to build his own things. So he's building houses and garages and all these, they look like 4-year-old stuff, but then they're great and everything. But yeah, so he's gotten several. He snagged the inventory back there and got several creator sets. Mom's just thrilled too. She just loves having all the Lego.
Great.
But I thought it was very interesting. Yeah.
You can't go wrong with basic bricks and plates.
Right.
So so one of my grandbabies, she just turned 8. And out of all of them, she is the one who will sit down and she'll play with her Barbies in the dollhouse for hours. She'll she'll build the Lego set with us when we build the set. But as soon as we're finished building the set, it's like in piles with her, and she'll just sit on the floor and just build. And like you said, it's you look at it, it's like you could tell she's trying to build a house, but she wants to build like a dollhouse with the furniture on the inside, and you could tell her skill level, which for an 8-year-old, it's what you would expect. But, out of all of them, she's the one who'll sit there and just build and just build. She doesn't care about the set. She wants to just build.
Yep. I think it's great because especially in an age like Dakota has, he can work an Apple device better than I can. Now, I'm not an Apple fan, but he can work an Apple device better, because Mom and Dad got Apple phones and Grandma Gigi's got an Apple phone and an Apple tablet and stuff. And I'm over here on my Android, but I love seeing the fact that he just wants basic bricks. And yesterday, what am I on? It don't matter. Yesterday, Heather told me, she said he needs doors. She said all those sets that he got, none of them came with doors. They got windows, they got this, they got that, but no doors. I said, well, he knows where there's a bag of doors downstairs because he's always getting doors out. So down the basement goes, and I'll just take the bag, Papa. Okay.
All right. I know what I want. Important. I know what I wanted to ask. So in my little Facebook group, one of the guys works at the Lego store, and somebody asked him the other day about the January calendar. And the guy who works at the Lego store said they're not doing calendars anymore for 2022. He said the December 2021 one was the last one. Now, I don't know if that's fact, but I mean, here we are.
Oh, you know what's going to be? This is what's going to happen. Then they're going to have special promotions, but the only way you can find out about them is if you go in the store. They want people to go in the stores.
What I'm thinking is it might be because of maybe they don't have the production promise to forecast a giveaway set until.
It could be too, yeah.
Because they had one that got canceled in December.
They've had a lot that got canceled.
Yeah, so maybe they don't want to put it out there because there's no guarantee that they can do it or not. Because that's what
he said they weren't going to do it for all of 2022.
Yeah, he said the December. He said they weren't doing it for 2022. The December of 2021 one was the last one.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's that's just his hearsay.
They're going to charge you $5 a month to get a calendar. Is what they're going to do.
Yeah,
that's another AFoOL topic we should.
You want to talk about that next time?
We want to talk about it next time. Yeah.
Yeah, I still got to get the friend's apartment, and I'm waiting for a gift with purchase before I order it. I got VIP points ready to burn. I'm gonna get the new modular and the friend's apartment, but I need a gift with purchase.
Yep. Give me an incentive, Lego.
Yeah. I predict I'll be buying no sets on January 1st.
No, I'm not buying the modular. It's crazy too.
I definitely can wait for the modular.
I will buy it, but I won't buy it on January 1. Yeah. I will have it. But
that would be the worst. That's the worst time to buy it unless you're just. Well, I take it back. To a lot of people, it is important to get it early, but And I collected for I don't know 30 or 40 years, and I always waited till the sets went on sale.
Yeah,
YouTube kind of is a different animal for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I try to wait till they go on sale, or there's an incentive.
Yeah, an incentive, yes, which is like a sale.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
All right, I think you need to go to bed.
I do. Yes. You want to get us out of here?
Yeah, I do. So, which of us has Lego hair? Be sure to tell us in the comments below. Which minifigure head do I have or whatever. But anyway, we want to thank you for watching the AFoOL podcast. If you haven't already, subscribe to BrickTrains. Get them to 1,000. Subscribe to Mardigrasman23. You can even subscribe to BrickTsar, but I don't know why you do that. But we'll be back in 2 weeks after Brick Fair, Alabama. We hope to see some of you there at Brick Fair, Alabama. Or if you're not going to be there, I'm sure we'll have some videos for you.
Oh,
So
I'm sure.
Tune into our channels, and we'll see you.
Yep. Bye, guys.
See you guys.